This is Jimmy.
I'm Fish.
And this is Thinking Outside the Pod. Hello and welcome to episode 104.
104?
104.
Oh man, these numbers are getting too high. I can't keep track of what,
we'll have
what
to
they
restart.
are anymore.
Let's just restart, yeah. Welcome to episode 1.
Done, yeah.
Jason isn't here. He is
drunk in a ditch somewhere.
Drunk in a ditch, or what he texted me and he said he was watching Deadpool. So we'll see how he thought of it. I had already seen it this last week.
I have not yet, so
no spoilers. No spoilers.
Because I'll have to beat Jimmy up if he does.
And the thing is, with that movie, it's really the journey of watching
Dumbledore
it.
dies.
Dumbledore dies. Deadpool kills Dumbledore. But it's really good. It's really funny, and the violence is good, and the vulgar jokes and stuff.
Yeah, if it wasn't,
it's all what I wanted.
It seemed like it'd be Deadpool if it didn't have all that stuff.
Exactly. I'm watching trying to watch a movie a day and give a review on that. My review for that was faithful to the character. Then I said violent, fun, and something else I don't remember. But yeah, it was really good. So I definitely recommend it. We'll see how Jason likes it. His and my comic sensibilities are pretty close. So he'll probably like it as well. So we'll see. But yeah, so that happened. And some tech news that came out. Today. Surprising tech news that Fish was telling me about. What's
HTC Vive? They finally have a pre-order date. It's February 29th, I think it was. Something like that. It's right before the end of the month.
I don't have it up anymore. But
it's something like that.
HTC's
partnering with Valve.
Virtual reality.
Yeah, their virtual reality headset.
$800.
$800. But it's one of those, if it comes with the headset, it comes with 2 sets of controllers or something like that, and it's got the they put little sensors you stick in the top corners of your room, and it allows you to walk around and stuff.
Is that more stuff than the Oculus Rift comes with?
Significantly more so.
Oculus Rift just comes with the headset, right?
And an Xbox controller.
Oh, that's right, Xbox controller. And that one was $600.
Yeah.
And the HTC one, $800.
So it's one of those do you want kind of a slightly cheaper option, which is still expensive, or do you want more immersive with the sensors and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Well, also the Vive or whatever, it also has a microphone on it, so
that's
So I mean, there's a little bit more bells and whistles, which I could see why it'd be $200 more. However, though,
still the price is
because it's
really hard for
to be honest for a lot of the people who would buy something like that. I think they'd be willing to spend that much money. I'm not.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a computer that can easily run it, but I'm do I really want to spend another $800 on something that I don't know is going to take off yet?
Yeah, because virtual reality right now is up in the air. I mean, it's gonna have its place, but as far as what's gonna be successful, I think is
so
the
I kind of
want
so it's okay, well, now I know one competitor, now it's wait to see what Sony does.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and is Sony the third big name that's gonna be coming out? Oculus Rift is kind of the one you see in the news,
because they're the ones who kind of started get the idea going,
and then they were bought by Facebook, so that was a big publicity thing.
Yep.
And HTC, I know I bet there'll be a lot of them out there, just like anything. And
if they start to take off,
for sure.
Because it's one of those, if Sony can undercut both Oculus and HTC, I think they'll easily get it. Because it's one of those things of, with Sony, it's they just hook it up to their PlayStation 4, and then there you go.
Yeah, as long as it's compatible with the PlayStation.
Because if they can get it for $500, you're oh yeah, you see their stupid headsets. It's we just need just $1,000 just to get ours running, where they need $1,500 plus, to get it running. So it's well, there you go. You just saved up.
Is there any word on Sony's thing?
Not yet.
It's still, but they're working on one. Yeah. So it's just a matter of time.
Morpheus, I think it's called right now.
Okay. I think I remember that from a CES or a Sony show or something.
Yeah, I think that's what they're calling it now. I don't know if that's
sounds familiar.
I don't know if that's the official name or if it's just a development name or whatever.
Well, we'll get to know, but yeah, so that's interesting. So still, if you want to get into the VR, actual VR world,
it's
going to be
expensive.
a lot of money, and you need a lot of stuff already.
Yeah, you need a hefty computer already. You need it more of an enthusiast level than just your normal run-of-the-mill computer. You definitely need at least a decent gaming rig.
Yeah, so the barrier to entry is high on that.
So I was looking at, they're like recommended settings a GTX 970. That's still like a $200, $300 graphics card right there alone. You're that's gonna push a lot of people out. Because that's
Well, all right. Well,
we'll see.
We'll see what's happening.
I mean, I'm keeping an eye on
Sony, the ball's in your court. It's up to you to mess this up. You have a really good position to undercut and gain so many people that
because it's one of those
would not get something expensive.
They're in the exact same scenario that the Xbox or the PlayStation 4 was in. This one of they're like, well, Microsoft did some stupid things, and then they're like, we can come in and undercut them a little bit and say some fancy things, which some of it was true, some of it wasn't. But
because these days it's not about who does it first; it's who does it the best.
Well, that's how it always has been.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily who comes up with the best ideas; it's whoever can market it the best. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happened with Apple.
Yeah,
because like with tablets in general and stuff like that, because
all that stuff existed.
Yeah, Bill Gates tried to pitch it several years ago.
It's just that Apple knew how to market it and knew what features to combine.
It was a mixture of, because I was kind of looking at it, and people were saying there's VR back in like the 90s and stuff like that, but it just the technology wasn't there and the desire for it wasn't there.
Yeah,
that's kind of the same thing that happened with tablets originally. Was nobody was like, why do I want this? This was before the age of really cell phones were still kind of not big, and then now that cell phones got bigger, everybody's like, oh yeah, I'd love a little portable computer to carry around.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll definitely talk about it when Sony releases
their
thing.
Course, yeah.
And if it is something good, Fish might get it, and then we'll see.
I mean, I have a PlayStation 4. I have a big fancy TV. I've got a computer. So if one company comes out with one that's affordable, I'll definitely pick one up. Yeah, it's just because my price range is about $400 to $500, is about as much as I'm willing to spend, which is really wishful thinking.
But if Sony does it, I bet there's a lot of people in your same position that are just waiting for something more affordable.
Yeah.
They have everything that they need. They just don't want to spend $1,000 more on something that's like a big emerging market.
Well, because also the thing is with the Vive or whatever, I think you need a decent sized cleared room in order to make it run. And I'm like, well, I don't have. It's the same thing with like a Kinect, and they're like, you need like a 20 by 20 space to use this thing. Everybody's like, well, I live in an apartment.
Yeah,
how am I supposed to? I don't have enough space for this.
Yeah, living rooms aren't like that. Yeah, so that's another thing you have to worry about. And I mean, I guess there's probably like different games that need different levels of room size. Yeah. Like you can just like if it's just like the follow your head type thing.
No, you just need a chair.
But if motion, like there's this fantastic contraption or something like that where you have to build stuff. I saw like a demo of it. Some people were testing it using something, maybe Oculus Rift. I don't know. I have no idea. But you have to like build a contraption to put like this ball into like this certain goal or something. Yeah. And they needed to because you have to build stuff and like move around.
Well, sure. If you're trying to move around and interact with stuff, you definitely need quite a bit of space.
Big space. So that's another thing. So that's another thing that people have to think about. So, like I said, it's all new.
Wait and see.
It's getting closer to being a reality. It's
slowly.
It's just slow right now. Which I mean, it's a big change in the game entertainment world. So.
Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll know.
It depends on if it takes off.
If it works, it's different than anything that we've had so far. So we'll see.
Next, we'll have to see what people come up with. Because, it's one of those, I definitely think horror games are definitely going to be a hell of a lot more fun with those things on.
Yeah, I've always thought like an augmented reality horror game. I've talked about this before. Like you walking through a building and it like maps out the building and like it has like monsters that will come out of like the doorway in the hallway or something. Like that would be interesting.
That'd be the future of haunted houses.
Yeah, everyone.
Unfortunately, it'll kind of put a lot of people out of jobs because they're like, well, we don't have to.
We don't need to pay the actors.
We don't need to pay people anymore. We just get these. We just program it.
And everyone could have like a different experience or like a horror level. Like depending on like what they want. Like older people might not want to go to not turn it to 11. They might want to keep it at like a 3.
And then you could do more with that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You can have so many jump scares. It'd be hard to figure out how to do something from behind,
Yeah.
See, what you could do is with that is you could put those vests or whatever that do like the pressure and stuff like that. Yeah. That would be really crazy.
That would be cool. Yeah. Or
so, I mean, it would kind of suck because you had to pretty much, there'd be a lot of setup to make it work, but still, that'd be really cool.
And I mean, you wouldn't have to pay for like decorations or something. You can just have a bare like building that just has like random walls and stuff, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
Or if it gets to a point, not even that, just a big room, and who knows. That's way out there for now. I
don't think it's as far as you think it is.
I mean, I'm talking like holodeck stuff.
Oh, holodeck stuff, yeah.
That's a little farther out there, but like
if you do something
augmented reality, like just like a building that like we're in right now with a bunch of rooms.
If Google Glass were still around, like they've canceled it now. But
did they cancel it or did they just shelve it?
I thought they canceled
rework it. I hope they just rework it
because that right there, that was kind of you use
their
Google
idea.
Glass for it. I don't know. I don't think that's what they wanted to do with it, but that would be the technology that you would use of some sort of glasses that
you could see through and it will just project onto the thing. Yeah. So that's why I wanted HoloLens to work, but it didn't. What they did was too early and not grand enough for it to be viable, I guess.
Maybe.
Who knows? But other than that, not really much going on.
No, I mean, Street Fighter V launched. It's having server issues, which apparently is kind of the thing where, a new game comes out where they're like, oh, we're going to have most of your features be online only, and therefore servers aren't going to work for like a week or two before you. So it's like, hey, you paid us $60, but you can't play your game yet.
No.
Or you can't play, you can't actually do much in it. So, I mean, it's like.
I guess Street Fighter is still a big thing. I'm not much of a the fighting games person, so I'm kind of out of it.
Well, this one, they decided to do, I think, PC and PlayStation 4 only. It's on Xbox.
Okay. So
why? I don't know. I'm like, that seems counterintuitive. You're like, why would you segment
that's a lot of people you're not selling to now.
Well, which is odd because I watched a video on YouTube talking about the PC port and stuff like that. Because what's funny is when on the PC stuff, like if you plug in a controller, it shows all Xbox buttons. Which is odd because you're like, it's only for PlayStation 4, which you're like, wait, I mean, I understand Xbox is kind of the main controller you use for PC, but still, that is still kind of weird.
And if you're not on the Xbox,
why would you waste your effort putting Xbox buttons on there?
Yeah,
if it's for PlayStation, it's like just use the PlayStation 4 buttons.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay,
that seemed kind of counterintuitive.
Maybe they were going for Xbox and then some licensing or franchising thing got in the way.
Maybe at some point
like, whatever on that part.
I mean, I don't know if it's a timed exclusive or what.
Oh,
so it could, because I mean that's a
could
possibility.
Be in the future, and then
that's
something. I don't know.
That happens all the time.
Weird.
That happens all the time nowadays, which kind of sucks. It's like I hate timed exclusives.
Yeah,
why?
Especially like if you want it on the system that's the one you have to wait for.
Yeah,
because you're just like, all right, now I guess I can see all these other people having fun. But I want to give you money, company. Just
because at
let
that
me.
point, it's like, okay, well, and then when it finally comes out, you're like, oh, that game that I wanted to play a couple months ago finally came out. I'm not interested anymore. There's other stuff.
There's something new. Yeah,
there's other stuff now.
Oh, so yeah, that's true.
You ruined it.
Come on, companies, stop it. We'll bring back the segment of stop it. Stop time exclusives.
That's not necessarily the companies. I mean, that's more of like Sony and Microsoft paying them money to do that.
No, that's what I mean. Those companies.
Well, but it's in their
all companies involved with timed exclusives.
But it's kind of in their interest to do that. So one of those things of it's
that's a lot of money.
It's not in consumers' best interest. It's in their best interest.
Yeah. But darn consumers. I don't know.
We
suck. We get the short end of the stick.
Because if it was in our best interest, we'd have like all consoles will play every game.
Yeah, just one.
And you just buy whatever the hell console you want.
And
it's irrelevant, and they play everying.
Yeah,
that would be for consumers.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be good for them.
Well, we can't have that because also that would kind of help. Then how do you separate different consoles if they all do everything?
That would be like the ideal like communist world. It's like there's one console and all the games play that, and then there's one game maker. There's one of everything. Or it's all government owned, I guess.
But then it'd be kind of boring because then you're just like, oh, there's no competition for them to make anything better. So then it's just like, then nobody would want it.
That's
anymore.
true. Like we would end up with Pong, and that would be it.
Yeah.
Like that would be. Oh, all right.
Pong version 4.0.
It's like, yeah, why?
Like, all right,
it's like if it's the only
paddle.
game available and no one else is like, I guess there'd be like an underground, be like the revolutionary underground gaming thing.
We made Pac-Man.
Yeah, yeah, we'd still like be in like the Atari graphics, but be like down low, like in shady dark alleys, just passing games to each other. Oh man, you got Tank War. Nice.
This weird game about some Italian plumber jumping on like little mushroom things or something. Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know what the hell it was. Like, oh man,
there's like government police like listening for like the Mario theme song. All right.
Like, we got it. Raid. Oh man.
If only. But yeah. So because there wasn't that much going on, on the way here I thought of an idea of something we could do.
Like, oh boy.
I looked up hypothetical questions online, and there was a site that it's just called like hypotheticalquestions.com or something like that. Yeah, exactly that. And there's like latest, popular, and random. So I just took the like 5 pages of the most popular ones and put them all in a list, numbered list, and I have my Dungeons and Dragons dice that we could kind of randomize and pick different ones.
Oh jeez.
So
they're supposed to be hypothetical questions, so we're not supposed to answer them.
Well, no, hypothetical ones you can answer.
Or no, never mind. What is it? It's
I was just thinking about this.
Oh,
it's not.
What is the word?
It's not redundant. Dang it.
Rhetorical.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, I knew it had an R. Redundant, rhetorical.
It's like, okay. I'm half asleep right now, so don't mind if I say
you still got
things.
it. You got it, though. So, but yeah, so let's give it a try. If it doesn't work, then, well, that's just one episode down. But what am I doing? Okay. All right, so we'll give it a try. Let's see what we got. There's 100 questions. So let's see.
007. No.
63. All right. If you can alter a part of your personality, what would you change and why? All right. Getting pretty.
Part of my personality.
Your personality. I got an answer to this, but
probably antisocial nature. I guess that'd probably be the biggest one that I would.
Yeah,
alter.
I would say.
I guess I'm a hermit or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say confidence for me. Like if I just like I know like confidence is supposed to like fake it and you'll just have it. Like that's like you just fake it, and just the act of faking it like makes you confident and stuff. So
oh, this is a different mindset, really, for that.
Yeah, and that would help with because I'm also antisocial.
Yeah,
but I think that's probably the root of it, right?
Well, like I've been finding recently, you just kind of force yourself to do stuff. You just change yourself. You just change your your frame of mind, and you just kind of just
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes those times where you're just like everyone's like be yourself, but you're like no, I can't be myself. Myself would go home and play video games.
Myself is in my room.
Yeah, it's like no, I can't. You're like that's sometimes it's sometimes you have to
yourself,
change. Yeah, sometimes you have to be. I mean, it's
unfortunately, I don't know. I had this saying that I made up a while ago. It's like if you had a comfort zone this comfortable, you wouldn't leave either.
Yeah.
But that's everyone thinks that.
Sure.
So why make yourself uncomfortable? But you kind of have to get places, get certain things. So I guess we both kind of answer that the same way, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's I think that's a lot of nerds in general probably would feel the same way. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think that's just us. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are like that. But, all right. So Debbie Downer question. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. First one. Jeez. All right. Let's see.
All right. It's like. I can't read it.
So is that 9? Yeah, probably 99.
99.
All right, bottom of the list. All right. What would you rather be, a poet or a tap dancer? All right, so we'll get some weird questions like this.
Oh, jeez. Poet or a tap dancer?
I would pick poet. Poets are cool.
Are they?
No.
Do you know any cool poets? I mean,
I mean, not modern poets, but like you got. There's some poets that like can made it, like the. But I mean,
I don't know.
Poetry is like hard to describe because like songwriters are poets essentially, or like Dr. Seuss is a poet. Like he wrote poetry even though it was for kids. So poetry, I guess, is more broad. Or being a poet, because a lot of people say they're a poet. Like even like you could say, I guess you can argue that like politicians are like poets. They some politicians that are good, maybe older politicians. These
I
days.
wouldn't say a poet, but
I mean, what is poet? Like, I would assume poetry is like using language to express yourself. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that.
Because poetry is not just like rhyming. That's one part of poetry.
That's debate. Debate and poetry. I don't think. I think there's a bit of an art to debate, but I wouldn't say that that debate is poetry.
Like, okay, so
can it be? Yes. Can you?
That's what I'm saying.
Can you make your words pretty and stuff like that? But is that really poetry when you think about it? I don't know. I don't know the exact definition of what poetry is.
I'd have to look at that. But either way, even if it was just a guy who wrote poetry in books, like just wrote rhyming poetry about whatever, trees or...
Well, it doesn't have to rhyme.
I'm just saying, like even if it was just that, I'd rather be that than...
Why not? I think tap dancing would be fun.
Tap dancing's cool.
Because what do you do with poetry? I mean, you write poetry, great. You like tap dancing? At least I could go on,
out on the street.
Or you could do that. You can make some money and stuff like that. Or you can also go on with the so you could think you can dance shows or whatever.
That's true.
Like, yeah, I have.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, you could also go to open mic poetry things and.
Well, you can go perform in front of people.
Yeah, I'm live.
To wear a cool top hat, and you're like, oh yeah,
and tap dancers.
Get a cane, yeah.
All right, I
get a chair. It's like,
I still think poet. I would go poet than tap dance.
See, because it'd be one of those times where I could tap dance and I could somehow add in a routine of some sexy lady in small clothes, and it would make sense and be like, yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing tap dancing. It's just for this one time. And
that's true.
Done.
That's the other thing with cheerleaders. That's why there's male cheerleaders, because you get to be around cheerleaders all day. That's a perk of the job.
Well, as a kid, I remember we went to, what was it? It was Seminoles with Florida State, I think. I can't remember if it's Florida State or University of Florida. I think it's University of Florida, I believe, is the Seminoles. When we went to one, I was like a little kid, and it was funny because I had made that comment. I was like, man, those guys are lucky. They get to sit there and look up at the, it's like, that's the only reason you'd be a male cheerleader, because you're like, I get to do that kind of stuff. So
that's another thing. So I guess, being a dancer of any type, you'd be your surroundings would be pretty good. Poets, you'll get a lot of emo people probably, and just weirdos. I don't know. I don't know.
But I don't know.
I'm
not saying poets are bad. I mean, I don't know any poets.
That's
so. We're guessing. That tends to be the stereotype is that they're all broody.
Yeah, that's.
I'm artsy.
Yeah.
Therefore, I have to have the purple stripe down my hair and stuff like that.
People sitting in the corner, scribbling in a notebook.
Fedora. No.
It's that thing. I don't know. I could see. I don't know. I still pick poet, even though, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's just my choice, I guess. If I look at it more, so I don't know. All right, so cool. Two different things.
I'm saying tap dancers to go against you. No.
We'll have a battle. I throw poetry at you and you tap dance at me. All right, here we go.
I would win.
Who knows?
99 again. No.
All right, same question. 82. Let's see. If you could breed a hybrid animal of any two species, what two would you choose?
Do they have to be real species?
It doesn't say. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say two real animals. What would you want a hybrid of? Two real animals. I guess what is your goal?
I can go with an easy answer, a liger, but that'd be kind of silly.
Yeah. Well,
I think actually those exist.
Yeah.
So liger and a monkey. A miger.
Oh man,
a liger. That'd be crazy.
It would depend on what I want. If I wanted something just as a cool thing to have, I'd pick two cool animals. Yeah,
a monkey dog.
Like an intelligent dog would be cool. So yeah, mixing a monkey and a dog.
That wouldn't be very intelligent.
I mean, more intelligent. Monkeys are more intelligent. Well,
are they? I mean, kind of.
I mean, it depends. What's the most intelligent animal?
Dolphin, I think.
Dolphins. Yeah, that's what I hear. Pigs are pretty intelligent as well, but I think probably dolphins. So if I could have a dolphin. But the thing is, you're not just take the brain of a dolphin and put it into a dog.
Well, I don't think that's not really making a hybrid.
Yeah, it would have to be it would be a furry dolphin or something. Yeah. If I mix those two. So if I could cherry pick, I would pick something like that. But if I wanted it to actually look all right, it would have to be two kind of similar animals anyway, right?
Well, not
it'd
really.
be weird if it wasn't.
I mean, you have chimeras and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
mean, that's not.
like yeah.
I mean, they look pretty cool, and they're not. Friggin' eagle, lion, and snake.
I wonder what a cat dog would be. Like it would be like what like there's like stereotypically cats are one way and dogs are another.
Probably something similar to a bobcat, but looks more dog-like.
Yeah,
a little bit bigger. Not. I think it'd be somewhere in between the two.
Oh, or
and they'd have
what's that? Oh, what was the other thing? It was like if you mix something small and something big, you'd get like a dog size something. So like if you could have like a dog sized like giraffe. Like that one commercial. There was a DirecTV commercial where he had like a little miniature giraffe. That would be kind of cool.
That'd be weird.
That'd be weird.
What do you do with it? You're just like, it's a giraffe. What do giraffes do?
That's
they
the other thing.
And then you're like, okay, well now I'm screwing over a giraffe because he can't get to his food anymore. That's the whole entire point of his long neck. But now when his neck only goes up 6 feet tall, he's just like, damn it.
So if it was an animal that I'd like as a pet, it'd be like a cat dog thing, like two domestic animals that are already used to being pets.
Well, ultimate dream would be dog dragon, but dragons don't exist. That'd be fucking awesome. You're like, yeah, I get to go fly on my dog dragon thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's a furry dragon. You're like, yeah.
But if I wanted like an animal, like a killing animal, like for some reason I was like a mad scientist and I wanted to, it would be like a
shark bear.
Yeah, it was definitely a bear. It would be definitely a bear. Like have you seen that commercial? I'm not commercial, like a comic. There's a comic that's called like Shark Bear or something like that.
Oh, is this a real thing?
And it's not like a hybrid animal. It's like a bear that has like a shark like attached to him, like his back.
Okay,
it's just ridiculous. It's like on College Humor or
probably
something like that. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, oh no, a bear and a shark.
Like oh shit.
It's like we need to run away from the bear. Let's go in the water. And it's like nope, I'm a shark. The
shark suffocates. Yeah. You're like, oh, I can't breathe out in the water.
But whatever killing animal would be, it was a bear because bears are like crazy, like the best animal.
Well, they're territorial.
Yeah, and the thing is, like bear against lion, bear would win because
they're massive.
Yeah. Like
bears are huge.
Bears, like just the swipe of their paw is like force enough to kill any well, maybe not like crazy big animal. Maybe an elephant. I don't know.
Well, if you probably actually, you know what? When I think of it, probably the most deadly animal, hippos.
Yeah, that's true.
Hippos are very pissy.
Yeah,
animals.
they
do not take shit.
Yeah,
and it's like you can't do nothing against them. You're just like, I mean, you can shoot them.
Yeah,
but you may have to shoot them several times.
Yeah, I mean, it's like their height is crazy.
Yeah, because they are not very friendly animals. That one koala, a hippo koala. Oh my god, like it looks so cute. Oh my god, it's gonna
like that
tackle me. That would be the most vicious animal ever.
Yeah.
You just get like 100 feet and it's just hunting you down. You're like, oh my god, it's chasing me.
Yeah, just like some manic like a what is that? Honey bear? Is that
honey badger?
Honey badger. Like mix a honey badger and a bear. Like have like the craziness of a honey badger mixed with like the huge strength of a bear.
Oh god,
like that would be the worst animal ever. So yeah, if I was choosing like a killing animal, but then I'd also want to throw in like some type of armor. So I'd throw like a hippo's hide and stuff.
See, a fun one could be a snake whale. You can make a leviathan.
This is a huge. Oh man!
Like, oh my god!
That would be scary.
Because you imagine you're just sitting there, you're like, screw the shark. You're like, what the hell is that thing?
Oh god!
You're like, oh shit, that's a big ass water snake.
Oh, that'd be the worst. Yeah. Okay. So
that would be scary.
It depends on your goal, but if you want something as a pet or something as like protection. Death machine, what you want. So
dog
I don't know.
Lion,
yeah.
It's just a little dog with like a mane,
like a little like a lion-sized dog.
Imagine you walk in on it, and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna slowly walk away from this thing. You're like, this thing's scary as hell.
All right, your turn. Let's see what we got.
Cat dog would be boring.
It would be a good. It would be a. That would be a weird one. That would be a weird one because it like a dog, like an antisocial dog. Yeah. So we got 42.
Yeah, that's like all the fun out of dogs.
If you won $10 million and had to spend it in 5 days, what would you buy?
Oh man,
$10 million isn't that much these days. I can spend that in 5 days. I would think.
Could you?
Actually, no. That's like $1 million. I could do.
10 million would actually be pretty tricky in 5 days, though. But man, I'd have a blast.
I would have a blast trying. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, you do like the necessities. I would buy
a mansion,
a really good house.
Yeah, because you're like, all right, well, there goes a couple million right there.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, so
really good house. I wouldn't go crazy cool car, I would get a really good car, like a luxury car, instead of like a sports car or something like that. I mean, like a luxury, really good luxury car.
I think you have the same issue that I would. You wouldn't really fit in one of those fancy sports cars. I can't fit in one. I'd have to get it super custom. I mean, if I had $10 million, I could
maybe
I
a
could
custom.
get a sport. But would I really want to? Because
that's the thing. It's not my.
It's a little itty
personality.
bitty car, and then I get out, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm just like tower over it.
Yeah, it's not my personality to get like a crazy car. I'd get a really good looking luxury car and be that. And then the other things, like I'd get like a crazy good custom crazy computer.
Yeah.
Like all the game consoles that I ever want, like a really good home theater system.
I'd go to Steam and just be like, just all.
Oh yeah. Yes.
All.
What
yes.
game would you like? Yes.
All. Yes.
$10 million. I had to spend it. So if it was really me and someone just gave me $10 million, a lot of that would go into savings. But if I had to spend it,
it says you have to spend it. Yeah, because if I won $10 million, I'd probably put like $8 million of it in like savings.
Yeah,
just live off the interest.
So
like, why wouldn't you? That'd be stupid. It's like, well, like all those people who sit there and spend all their money. It's like, why? Why didn't you put some and just live off the interest?
Yeah.
You could easily make like a couple, $100,000 so that you could just live off. It's like, yeah, you could live off of that the rest of your life.
Maybe I would buy a company. That's spending the money, right? Like I would buy maybe some like. Because like my
you can
dream,
make your own company.
Yeah, that too.
At that point, you just rent
and
space.
you buy space, yeah.
Or you could buy a building, maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh, it depends on how big of a building you want.
Like I mean, I already spent. Like I would definitely do greedy stuff first. Like I'd get myself where I want to be. But as far as like, because I want that $10 million to serve me later on after the 5 days.
Well, but that's
if I bought like a good company that had like solid financials or whatever. And it was something I liked, like a production company or something, like maybe a success-ish full. Yeah. Because like a good production company would be way more than $10 million, I would assume.
Probably. Depends on what type of production
the size.
You're doing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So maybe something like that, just so after that $5, I would be the head of a production company and be able to like do other stuff maybe. Yeah. So like work on commercials or short films or films. That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be what I would do. Because after all that stuff, like I would probably be able to spend like $6 million just on like stuff that I want, and then after that, with the rest, I would go towards that.
$6 million, geez, can you imagine spending that much money? That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like the house is already like half of that.
You just go to an electronics store. You're like, what is this thing? Oh well, I don't care. How much does it cost? $500,000. Done. Yeah, all right, good.
Like,
perfect.
I would get stupid. I would like I like music. Like I would love to be like a person, like a musician. I don't have any talent at that.
Yeah.
Like I have a keyboard and a guitar and stuff, and I can strum and play small stuff. But I'd be dumb and buy like a grand piano and like a studio or something.
Like why the hell did you buy all this? You're like, because I had to spend $5 million. What do you want me to buy?
Yeah.
I just had to buy random shit.
I couldn't do charity because that's not technically spending it.
I mean, it depends on how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like buy a gift card and give it to a charity. I don't know. But like, if that wasn't the case,
here's a $5 million Visa gift card. It's like Visa's just like, what the hell?
Did you see Mr. Deeds? I think it was Mr. Deeds, Adam Sandler thing, and like so. he was all like, you get this so much. It was he inherited a lot of money.
Yeah,
is the premise from like a long lost uncle or something. And or I don't remember, but
it's been a while. Yeah,
he gets this money, and then he's all like, "What should I do? What do you want us to do with your half of this? Whatever the thing was." And he's all like, "I don't know. Give it to a charity. What's a good charity?" And then they say one, and then like it shows like a person opening a check for like billions of dollars and just like passing out, like fainting, falling backwards. Yeah. That would be kind of funny. It would be good for that charity, of course, but
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would do. It would be stupid. It would be necessities, like crazy good versions of necessities, food, water, shelter, and all that stuff, and then it'll just be stupid stuff. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, if I had to spend it, then I'd spend it on dumb stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if you have to spend it, you're like, what the hell else am I going to spend it for? You know, because if you have to spend it, it's like you can't do smart things. You're like, all I could do is buy stupid stuff. Like airplane, okay, I bought an airplane. And you're like, why? Because, I mean, I can't fuel it anymore because I don't have any more money. So you're like, well, great. Now it's like, all right.
It's like the 6th day. That's another thing. You could buy stuff that like would appreciate in value. Just so you can sell it on the 6th day, and just have more money than you had.
Can you imagine? That'd be pretty funny. Here, it's like, I took my $5 million and turned it into $10 million just by buying random shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like real estate. Like if you buy real estate in a good section of town,
you buy like all the diamonds or something like that. You'd be like, I have all the diamonds. All right, bitches, pay a lot more.
Well, what is like that diamond trade is like. Essentially a big company has like created it all. Like De Beers like owns all the diamonds and just releases a little bit to keep the demand for them up. So
low supply, high demand creates super high prices.
Yeah, because diamonds are essentially worthless. We have too many, but there's just not a lot out there that are out there.
Yeah.
Even though it's in a big safe somewhere or multiple safes. I don't know how it works, but yeah. So something like that. I could do that. Yeah, so good stuff and then stupid stuff. All right, next one. Let's see where we're at. We'll go a few more. 47. All right. If time travel were possible, what one event would you like to go back and change or witness? Like the change. We've kind of talked about this before, or I've talked about it with friends, but it's really hard. That's a really hard question to answer because you don't know how you'll change it. Like if you go back and kill Hitler, you don't know if someone else even worse is going to do it.
Well, it doesn't say you have to change it.
It does say witness or witness.
It says or witness.
So to go back and witness an event.
Well, because here's the thing though: does it have to assume that like will you live through anything? To me, I think the creation of the universe.
Yeah,
would be fucking fantastic.
That would be kind of cool.
You're just like, what actually happened?
To get some answers.
That'd
be a cool.
Black one. And then just a random explosion. You know, it's like, does that happen, or is it just like it's a big explosion already? You know, is it just constantly exploding? You know, that'd be really cool.
That would be cool. Or it's just like the creation of the universe. It's just like this god, like a wizard god guy, big beard guy, and he like creates it and you're like, oh, all right, well that's how that happened. All right.
So it's that or either the first trip to the moon.
To see that?
Somehow make it so not see it, but like
there.
See if I could actually be on the spaceship. Yeah. Somehow make it that way. That would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. Like I'd have to like events that have like been seen. I would like to see like before. Like,
well, but I'm saying not just be there when it's happening. I'm saying actually be on the spaceship going to the moon.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what because it's like since we haven't done it in forever, it's like we did it once, so go back to that time and do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
So it'd be like last second. It'd be like, what the hell? You throw somebody out of the spaceship right before it launches.
You're just
everybody else is like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Are you trained at all on this?
I know how to code.
But you just
trust me, we make it. I know. I come from the future. We'll be okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that'd be funny.
It explodes. Then you're like, damn it.
Yeah, and then you'll be a part of history. Yeah, so maybe something like that. If I could be a part of something.
Well, you wouldn't be part of a history because probably nobody would know who the hell you were. Depends on how you do it.
Yeah, would you? And then would you disappear? Like, it depends on how you do it. Like, if you stuck around, like
see, for the fanfare. If you die in the past, do you actually die?
That's another thing. Like, it depends on the method of time travel. There's like, if you're just
Just think of it, if you go back to before you were born, does it create a paradox and just like destroy that timeline or whatever? There's different theories. I really like time travel. You wake up and you're just like, oh wow, what the hell?
Whenever I write stories about like time travel, like there's a lot of different ways of time traveling. Well, there's 0 ways of time traveling other than at normal speed going forward. But like in like fiction, there's a bunch of different ones. There's like, yes, there's paradoxes where just if you end up doing something and it ends up killing you, like you destroy the universe. Like and that's it. Like you
or do
you
you,
null and
do
void
you
it.
destroy your universe, or do you destroy everybody's universe? That's always kind of
that's another thing, like the multiverse.
Yeah.
That's like alternate timelines. That's like Back to the Future type thing. So like you can go back in time and change whatever you want.
Will actually affect you,
but
though.
that means nothing in your timeline ever happened. You created a different timeline.
Yeah,
you can never go back to where you were because that never existed anymore because you changed too much. So there's a bunch of different ways. But if it's you're physically going back, you'd change stuff and you couldn't go forward again because that wouldn't exist anymore. But if it was just like you going back and like you're like a ghost back then, just to witness stuff, then I don't know. I would like to go back and see, like I'd have to look up like a mystery that we don't know about, like something like the Amelia Earhart, like see what happened to her. Like since I mean I'm not that interested in that, but like just a mystery that I can come back and solve, like be like. Or like some like buried treasure or something. Like if someone like of some missing treasure.
At that point though, but still,
go back and find it, and then just
you
come back
assume
forward
that
and
it's
get
still in the same place thousands of years later.
Yeah, that's true.
You're under the assumption that nobody happened to dig it up within the 1,000 years or however long it's been there.
Yeah.
So you have that issue.
Yeah. But like a mystery, like if I could go back and find out what happened to the Lindbergh baby or what happened to, but the thing is, like, how would I substantiate? I couldn't take a picture because I'd be like, no, that's obviously a fake. You can't have a picture. Or maybe like no, I found it. Or like I'd put that picture somewhere safe and get it later and be like, oh no, here's a picture of a bear eating the baby. I don't know, something whatever happened to that baby, or like why Amelia Earhart went missing trying to fly around the world. Like what actually happened?
Like, oh, she actually lived. She just landed on some island and lived the rest of her days on there. She's like, screw it, I'm just gonna stay here.
I knew
just
I could
in
do
the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
She just kind of landed. It was like, all right, I'll just stay here.
But like something like that, I would like to do. Like figure out a mystery.
Dinosaurs.
See a dinosaur.
Go back and check the dinosaurs.
That'd be pretty
out.
cool. That's pretty interesting. Like if that's the thing. If you were a ghost back then, like nothing you could do could change anything.
Yeah.
So seeing something cool, like dinosaurs, like see what they actually look like.
Like, oh no way, I would want to be a dinosaur master. If you're like, yeah, I ride a Tyrannosaurus Rex and be like, yeah, I get that little thing. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a bird-looking thing, but eat it, go.
Everything you do is just like killing humanity. Like, like you kill the thing that evolved from humans or something.
That's we just destroy everything, and all of a sudden the asteroid hits or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I screwed up.
Did not think
history.
about that. All right, well, it was fun while it lasted.
And he's like, oh, it's too freaking cold, but I guess I'm immortal, so I live anyway.
Yeah, you're a ghost. Like,
and you're like, damn it, there's nothing here anymore.
So I don't know, something like that. I'd look into something. I guess I'm selfish. What I'm seeing about this is like I'm selfish. Like I would find something that would help me whenever I get back. Like I would bring me a claim or something, or
money. At that point though, wouldn't it be better to go into the future and find a lotto number?
Back? Yeah, that's Or I mean,
that would be a more sure way of
getting
rich quickly.
Because there's a lot of things that can go wrong with like taking a picture of something or finding a buried treasure because you don't know what's going to happen in that 1,000 years or whatever. Yeah, that would
that'd be one of
it's just.
So see,
it just says if time travel possible. So
because what you could do,
go back. It says go back, but
go back.
But if forward time travel was possible, freaking
the
next Powerball.
What you would do is you'd figure out where your house is in the future, and then you just wait till a time where you'd sneak in or whatever, and you
put
just
it in
have
a wall
notepad
or something.
and you just write it, and you just go back in time. They're like, what the hell?
Yeah. And
like, hey, hold on, I gotta write this down real quick. And they're like, what are you writing down? I'm not writing down the lotto number. So like, why? Don't worry about it. You go away. You just disappear back to the past.
Like the next Powerball. Like find where I am at that point and kind of be able to hide it.
So at that point, they're like, he's cheating somehow. We don't know how. It's like I get really lucky.
Yeah. No. If forward time travel was a thing, that's definitely what I would do. And then it would go back to that $10 million thing. What like stupid things would I buy? But who knows? But yeah, that's different because then I just have that money forever. Okay, next one.
One more.
Yeah, let's. We got. It doesn't need to be. All right, we got 8 and 8.
8. Oh, 008.
Oh, that 00. Yeah. Okay, 8. If you were really a robot, would you want to know? That's kind of a...
I think so. Because it's one of those of...
Yeah, I don't see myself...
It depends on what type of robot I am.
Yeah.
That's a kind of an interesting question. And you're like, maybe?
Yeah, because, like, if... that's true. It depends on the robot type. Like, if you were just, like, a replicant that was essentially a human but just synthetic, that nothing changed. Like, you still die at a regular human period. Like, your body will degrade or your whatever, something will happen and you'll die at, like, 100 years or 80 years or whatever. And you could still, like, have children or something. Like, if it was that good of a biosynthetic human...
See, but that'd be the part where it's like, okay,
then
you know,
it
like,
doesn't matter.
If something crazy happens, like your finger falls off or something like that, you know, I'd like to know that I'm a robot. So you're like, okay, that's probably why it didn't hurt.
Yeah,
I thought it was really weird that my hand just kind of fell off, but it didn't hurt or bleed or anything. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm a robot. All right.
I guess it's a Blade Runner thing. It's like, it's kind of weird, but I don't think I'd have like an existential crisis over it.
Well, like I said, it depends on what type of robot I am.
Yeah.
If I'm a weapon, you're like, then maybe I might freak out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit,
crap!
My entire
purpose
is to kill stuff.
That's true. Yeah. So it depends, but would you? Well, let's just take this. Would you want to be a robot? Like, if you could be, like, let's just say, like, immortal robot. Would you want to be immortal?
Well,
like, that's not really robots are immortal because they'll eventually. But you can, like, replace stuff and, like, replace systems.
Well, think of it. If you're a robot, you just make another body, and then you
exactly, and it's just
your conscious into there.
Yeah.
You just download yourself to it. So I mean, you have that advantage.
Would you do that?
I don't know. Again,
if I was the only one, that would kind of suck. But if like. Well, my family or friends.
Why does it matter?
That's true. Like, I would hate to see the death of
I am the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, why do you care?
That's the thing.
You're a robot. Why does it matter? You don't have feelings. Or I don't know if you do.
Oh, if I didn't have feelings, then...
That'd be hard to program feelings. Yeah. We don't know what feelings are.
Yeah, that's true. Then, why not? But if I was just... Like, if you were just a mortal human, that would be different, I think. Like, I would... Because, like... I only really, because there's no real immortals, but I always fall back to fiction. Immortals get bored and they like end up wanting to die anyway. So it's like, do I want to? So even though like I don't have to worry about anything essentially because I'm immortal. Depends on the immortality. Like if I couldn't get hurt and stuff, or
well, see if you're immortal, that's at that point I'd be like, all right, how do I get into space and just start going somewhere?
Yeah.
You end up in the sun. You're like, damn it! Now I'm stuck in the sun.
Yeah, this is
like,
great.
I can't die. It's hot. It sucks. Damn it!
I'm alone. There's nothing to do.
That would suck.
That would be bad.
But, like, oh look, there's a bunch of gas exploding, and then all of a sudden it just blows up. You just go flying. You're like, there we go. Now something's happening finally.
Let's see where this takes
me. How do I blow this thing up so I can get the hell out of here? That's how everybody died. I blew up the sun. So I was immortal.
You caused it. That's. So immortality, it's always like one of those double-edged swords. Like everyone who wishes for immortality doesn't want it, or all the vampires are sad because they are immortal. And
vampires are just always sad. That's kind of the new thing. And plus they sparkle and stuff like that. Yeah.
There is a question on here. I did read a question. It was like, would you rather be Harry Potter universe or Twilight universe?
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
hands
there's
down.
no hands. Yeah,
easily. Why? Why do a bunch?
I guess
bunch of brooding people just stare at each other all the damn time.
Like if you were the main girl in Twilight, you'd have like what's his name, the vampire and the werewolf people fighting after you. And I guess if you're like a teenage girl, stereotypically, I'm sorry, that's what they want.
Well, I mean, that's the age group, that and the young moms or whatever. That's the age groups that like that shit.
So it depends on. They don't know who's answering the question, but like for me, yeah, Harry Potter,
Harry
of course.
Potter would be fun. You're like magic immediately right there, magic.
Even if I wasn't magic, I'd still want to be in that world.
Well, plus,
because that world is nothing different than ours.
Well, also, here's the thing: when you think about it, technically, don't vampires and werewolves also exist in Harry Potter?
Yeah.
So what's the point of going into Twilight, where you're like, oh, great, I can have, or at least I know werewolves exist in Harry Potter. I don't know about vampires.
Yeah, they don't.
I'd assume that there's probably something similar to it, but you're just like, why would I go to one lesser existence when the other one has parts of it
Yeah.
and more. You're like,
Yeah.
there's freaking magic.
Yeah.
There's magic and like cool
Yeah, the
like
possibility
swords and
of
stuff
doing
like
magic
that.
and stuff,
There's
yeah.
stuff, yeah. You're like,
So yeah, Harry Potter for sure, 100% for me. I
yeah, that'd be so
unless
much-
you're like a Twilight fan, I don't think anyone would choose differently.
Well, even so, why would you want to go? That this seems like a boring.
I
It's
don't-
because it's like normal world, but with like vampires and werewolves all.
I don't
pissy
know
at each other.
because people are weird that like Twilight. There's something wrong. I don't know.
Because Harry Potter with actual magic, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd have a blast.
Like that's one of the things. Like whenever you're like younger, or even like when you're bored, like you try to move something like with
could
your
you
hands,
imagine
but you can actually do that.
See, what I think would be absolutely the most fun would be you'd be in the Harry Potter world and you're the first person to figure out how to use magic.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows how to do it. And
That'd
you're
be
like,
cool.
fuck yeah.
that'd be
You're
a
like,
good
and
story.
you just go flying. Everyone's like, what's going on?
Or that could be bad because like if you're like in like beginning America, like they burn you at the stake.
Well, who cares? You know magic. You're like, you can't burn me because I burned you.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, I know magic. You don't. You're kind of screwed, buddy.
If you can master.
Like, we have guns. You're like, my magic counters your gun. It's like, sorry, you're like, I know that spell too.
I can make any metal be a gun, be a bullet. But yeah, so yeah, going
See,
about
that'd be fun.
yeah,
Magic would be fun because you're just making up shit.
yeah, magic because essentially it's like you can do what is you're essentially omnipotent, like you're all powerful. You can do anything you want, and like depending on the magic, you can travel anywhere. Like magic is magic.
It's
so
magic,
you
yeah.
can do anything.
Yeah.
Like, anything is possible because magic is possible, and
Yeah.
so yeah, yes, I can time travel. Yes, I can materialize $10 million. All these questions would not be hypothetical.
There's probably some way. They just probably just don't teach the kids it because they're like, we don't. That's gonna really screw up stuff.
That's another weird thing about Harry Potter universe. Like those, like they bring them in when they're really young, and like their minds aren't formed yet. Maybe I don't know, but
but
like
also it's one of those things of, I mean, it's been proven that it's easier to teach younger kids
like,
than it is to,
well, yeah,
especially
like,
once you're in like high school and stuff like that. It's harder to teach you new stuff.
yeah, that's true.
Especially once you're an adult, it's really hard to learn new stuff.
Yeah, because
So
like
yes, is it possible? Yes, of course it is. But it's one of those of it will stick with you a lot longer if you teach it at an early age.
well, it's like that. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, even though you can. It's just much harder.
Yeah, it
because
takes
kids
a lot
like on Ellen DeGeneres' show, they have those kids that like know all the presidents or know all these planet facts. Like they're really good at learning because their minds are sponges.
Yeah.
They can just pick up anything instantly because they're not formed. They don't have all this clutter in our mind and stress about bills and stuff.
Yep.
If there weren't bills, I would be a genius. But yeah, that's our episode. Anything else you need to talk about?
All I can think of, nothing major. I mean, it's kind of a bit of a boring week. I mean, a couple of games came out and stuff came out, but other than that, nothing super major.
Same thing here. Nothing much to speak about. But as always, every Monday we'll have an episode. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, all that jazz, and we'll be able to or leave us comments. Yeah, we're always looking out for comments and stuff. So,
or Jimmy is. I'm not.
Yeah, I am looking for that kind of stuff, and if it's something to bring up, I will bring it up.
Yeah.
And so far there hasn't been, but yeah, that's about it. We will see you, or you'll hear us next week.
All right, later.
Bye.